It's 11 p.m. on a Sunday night, and you're lying in bed scrolling through your phone, and suddenly this thought hits you like a freight train. What did I actually accomplish today? You were awake for 16 hours. Your screen time says 7 hours. Your brain feels fried. But your goals? Your dreams? They're exactly where they were yesterday, last week, last month. You feel busy, exhausted even, but somehow your life isn't moving forward. If that hits close to home, you need to hear what happened to a college kid named Marcus, because what he learned didn't just change his day, it completely rewired his entire life. Marcus wasn't some lazy kid living in his parents' basement playing video games all day. That's the thing people don't get. He was actually pretty driven. He woke up at 6:30 every morning. He hit the gym 3 times a week. He went to every single class at community college. He watched Gary Vee videos, listened to motivational podcasts on his commute, talked about starting a business with his boys, posted quotes about hustling on Instagram. On paper, Marcus looked like he had it together, but deep down, he knew the truth. Years were passing by, and he was stuck in the exact same place. Same broke bank account. Same dead-end part-time job at Target. Same dreams that never became real. One Friday evening, Marcus was sitting on the fire escape of his apartment building in Brooklyn, watching the sunset paint the sky orange and purple. His phone buzzed for the 100th time that day. Another TikTok notification, another text thread going nowhere. He felt this weird emptiness, like he was running on a treadmill, sweating, tired, but not actually going anywhere. That's when his neighbor, an old man named Mr. Washington, came out to water his plants on the balcony next door. Mr. Washington was one of those guys who'd lived a full life, retired school principal, built his own house, raised 3 kids who all became successful. He had this calm presence, like he'd figured something out that most people spend their whole lives missing. He looked over at Marcus and didn't say anything at first. He just watered his tomato plants, humming some old Motown song. Then, without even looking up, he asked one simple question. "Hey Marcus, where does all your time go every day?" Marcus let out this nervous laugh and shrugged. "Man, I don't even know. It just disappears, you know." Mr. Washington stopped watering. He turned to Marcus with this look that wasn't judgmental, just real. He said, "Son, time doesn't disappear. You're giving it away. And most people don't even realize who they're giving it to." Those words stuck with Marcus all weekend, giving it away. He couldn't shake it. So Monday morning, Mr. Washington knocked on his door and handed him a plain black notebook. He said, "Do me a favor. For the next 3 days, write down everything you do. Every single hour. Don't lie to yourself. Don't make it sound better than it is. Just be brutally honest." Marcus thought it was weird, but he respected the old man, so he did it. And when he looked back at those 3 days, it felt like someone had punched him in the gut. 2.5 hours every morning scrolling Instagram and Twitter before even getting out of bed. 45 minutes picking an outfit. An hour on FaceTime with friends talking about nothing. 3 hours binge watching Netflix shows he didn't even care about. 30-minute tasks that somehow took 2 hours because he kept getting distracted. Group chats that went on for hours with zero value. He'd spend 15 minutes hyping himself up to start studying, then get distracted within 5 minutes. And the worst part? The things that actually mattered. Applying for better jobs, working on his business idea, learning new skills, reading, working out with focus. They got maybe 30 minutes of real focused effort, maybe. That Thursday evening, Marcus showed the notebook to Mr. Washington. The old man didn't laugh. He didn't lecture. He just nodded slowly and said, "Now you see it. Successful people don't have more hours in the day than you, Marcus. They've just learned to guard their time like it's gold. Because it is. Most people treat time like it's unlimited. It's not. You think you're young and you've got forever. But every day you give away to distractions is a day you'll never get back." Marcus felt something shift inside him that night. Not motivation, not hype, but clarity. He realized he'd been lying to himself. He wasn't busy. He was distracted. There's a huge difference. From that moment, Marcus made a decision. He didn't overhaul his entire life overnight. He didn't wake up at 4 a.m. and start some crazy monk routine. He didn't delete every app and go off the grid. That's not realistic, and it doesn't last. What he did was way simpler, but way harder. He became intentional. He created 3 rules for himself. Rule 1, mornings are sacred. No phone for the first hour. That time was for his mind, his body, his future, journaling, working out, learning something new. Rule 2, if it doesn't build my skills, my health, or my relationships, it gets a time limit. Social media? 20 minutes max. Netflix? Only after real work is done. Group chats? Muted unless it's important. Rule 3, every Sunday night, plan the week like a CEO plans a company. What are the non-negotiables? What moves the needle? Everything else is just noise. The first week was brutal. His brain fought him. He'd reach for his phone out of habit and have to stop himself. He'd feel FOMO seeing his friends hanging out while he was grinding. But something wild started happening. By week 3, Marcus had finished an entire online course on digital marketing, something he'd been putting off for 8 months. By week 6, he'd applied to 15 better jobs and actually got 3 interviews. By week 10, he'd saved $800 because he stopped impulse buying stupid stuff and ordering DoorDash every night. His body looked better. His mind felt sharper. But the craziest part? Life felt calmer. He wasn't anxious all the time. He wasn't overwhelmed. He was in control. 6 months passed, then a year. Marcus was sitting on that same fire escape one evening, same Brooklyn skyline, same orange sunset, but everything else was different. He'd gotten a marketing job that paid twice what Target did. He'd started a side hustle that was bringing in an extra $1,000 a month. He was dating a girl he actually respected. He had energy. He had direction. He had confidence, not the fake kind you post on social media, but the quiet kind that comes from keeping promises to yourself. Mr. Washington came out to water his plants again, and he glanced over with a knowing smile. "So Marcus, where's your time going these days?" Marcus smiled back. "Exactly where I decide it should go." The old man chuckled and said, "That right there, that's when life changes. Not when the money shows up. Not when people start noticing you. But when you respect your own time enough to stop giving it to things that don't deserve it. That's when success becomes inevitable. Here's the truth that nobody wants to hear. Time is not your enemy. Distraction is. Your phone isn't the villain. Your lack of boundaries with it is. Netflix isn't bad. Binge watching it when you've got work to do is. Your friends aren't holding you back. Spending hours with them doing nothing instead of building your future is. Success doesn't require some insane grind where you sleep 4 hours a night and work yourself into the ground. That's a lie social media sold you. What success requires is radical honesty about where your time actually goes, and the courage to protect it like your life depends on it, because it does. Every single minute you spend is a vote. A vote for the life you're building or the life you're avoiding. Scrolling for 3 hours? You just voted for distraction. Working on your craft for 1 focused hour? You voted for growth. Sleeping in until noon? You voted for comfort. Waking up with purpose? You voted for discipline. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to win every vote. You just need to win more votes than you lose. Do that consistently. And in a year, you won't even recognize your life. So let me ask you the same question Mr. Washington asked Marcus. Where does your time go every day? And be honest. Because if you can't answer that question with clarity and confidence, you're not in control of your life. Your phone is. The algorithm is. Everyone else's priorities are. But not yours. The good news? You can change that today, right now, this moment, not tomorrow. Not Monday. Now, Track your time for 3 days like Marcus did. Write it all down. See the truth. Then decide what deserves your hours and what doesn't. Build boundaries. Protect your mornings. Limit the noise. Say no to things that don't matter so you can say yes to things that do. Your future isn't being built by the big decisions you make once a year. It's being built by the tiny decisions you make every single hour of every single day. And those decisions? They're completely within your control. So choose wisely. Choose intentionally. Choose like your dream life depends on it, because it does. If this story made you stop and think, if it made you realize you've been giving your time away, drop a comment right now and say, I choose my time. Make it real. Say it out loud. And if you want more real talk and stories that'll actually change how you think, hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started. Remember this, your future is being quietly shaped right now by how you spend your present. Make it count.